Yes, just duplicate a collection now. So we are going to show you the how those environment actually implement in the Postman, how this is important for the testing team or the development team. So we are just going to give this name as like a, one will give the staging, one will give the test environment. You can put in the beginning test env. So for the demonstration purposes. Okay, another is good. And this one is, we are going to put it staging environment. So condition is, two things will be different. The domain information will be different and the test data will be different. But the think about it, if you have like the 200 API and you have a 800 requests, right? Well, that's what they do. Like for the API, the e-commerce API, you can write the over 2,000 test cases, 2,000. Okay, it's still maybe not done. That's the reason in some point we say you need to be smart to call out the testing, because this shit can continue all day, right? So we call out sometime. So now if you want to if you test in the staging environment, test environment, right? You have two options. One is in the all of this, look at the endpoint is not changing, right? And you have the data, also you have good data, but you need to change this stagingbe.com text for you in all 200 test cases, 2,000 test cases. Man, this is too much work. Am I right? This is just too much work if you want to maintain all of this. So Postman provide the environment, actually. So that's the way we are going to pass the environment information. We are going to store environment information in a variable. Variable is nothing but just storage. That's it. So we are going to create an environment. Look at this. A test environment. We created this. And now we are going to give the name. Test base URL. Yes. You give the variable name. Variable name, all of this start with the small URL. And you give the value. Value means from your here. Right? From here. That's the information you are passing. That's it. And if you have the, yep, that's done. And you can create another color. Yep, this is done. So now this base URL, actually you are passing everywhere. Watch carefully, okay? So you created an environment and you actually pass.
Okay, let me create another environment for the staging.
So let's create another, we give the name. Look at the naming is important. Staging. And then we again, URL. Yep. So now look at this. So let's implement one by one. In the test collection, we are going, in the staging collection, we are going, you create the variable. You can change this URL now. So you are calling that variable, base URL. So to call a variable in Postman, double curly braces to start, double curly braces to end, and you just type the variable name, base URL. If it comes the orange color, it's good to go, it's done. So it is not showing now because you have to show the environment information. Look at this, what is doing. Now it is change. Nope, you're doing, which one you're doing? Save it.
Wait.
How this works? How this environment works with the other one? We did not save it yet, yeah. So you have to create the save it. And then now you go to this. Look at this. So it shows. So this part, this is it. So now if you have 1,000 of the URL, you don't need to worry about it. Because you always, the best thing is when you bring the Postman design is, when you bring it, you do not bring the URL at all. You just bring the endpoint. Why? So then you create the environment and you pass the URL, means the domain part into the environment like we did. And then you do not need to change anymore. Done. Done. And then final one is done. And we will be doing we can do the same thing for the test environment as well. But we are not going to do this. we can do the same thing. Only the environment, two things will be different. The URL will be different and your test data will be different. Everything else should be the same. But this is you create an environment, give the environment name, and whenever you actually are repeating something, you never repeat it. You always take the advantage from the programming language, like the tools. So you created a variable, you pass the repetitive information, and you call that variable here. 4 steps, you are done. Okay.